Welcome to this new platform on the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. I'm Isaiah Rhodes, and this will be called a game a day. Now, that would mean I'm going to call play by play for whichever game I choose for the night. Tonight, it will be the Philadelphia 76ers versus the Milwaukee Bucks. Now, obviously, with the pandemic, all parts of the world have been affected, sports being one of them. I have been a broadcaster by trade, and I haven't been able to get as many reps as I would like due to social distancing, being safe, truncated seasons, and things of that nature. So, this is the opportunity to build my reps up and try to develop more descriptive ways in describing a game without necessarily showing the visuals. I would see the visuals, but the play by play itself will be anchored by my voice. Now, this particular game has two of the top tier teams in the Eastern Conference of the NBA, as Philadelphia comes in with the number one record in the league, 28-12, coming off of a big victory against the New York Knicks. Tough game, 99-96. They have five players in double figures, and they were able to outscore the Knicks 26-14 in the comeback victory at home. The Bucks are 9-1 in their last 10 games. They come in with a record of 25-14. This is the first game this season between the two teams, but the Philadelphia 76ers will be without their MVP candidate Joel Embiid, who hyperextended his knee 2 games ago against the Washington Wizards. Despite that injury, the Sixers have continued to win. They're on a 6-game winning streak, as I mentioned, and they're going to be they're going to be led on the shoulders of Ben Simmons, who is top tier defensive player of the year candidate this year, and Tobias Harris, who's having a career year playing under Doc Rivers, averaging close to 21 points per game. To start the game, the Sixers get their first basket as Tony Bradley gets the putback. Tony Bradley is starting in place of Joel Embiid, who will be out for a minimum of 2 weeks before he'll be reevaluated on that knee to see when he will come back. The starting five for both teams as the Bucks start this game with Dante DiVincenzo, Brook Lopez, Drew Holiday, Chris Middleton, and Giannis Antetokounmpo. For the Sixers, they have Tony Bradley, as I mentioned, starting at center, Tobias Harris, Danny Green, Ben Simmons, and Seth Curry. Seth Curry came up huge for the 76ers in the previous game against the Knicks, specifically in the second half, scoring 27 points. Pardon me, scoring 17 of his 20 points in the second half to really get the 76ers going. They were more reactive to the Knicks in the first half, really the first 3 quarters, before really taking it to the Knicks in the fourth and finishing out a tough game. So I mentioned Tony Bradley's bucket to give the Sixers a 2-0 lead. Giannis Antetokounmpo was fouled, driving to the basket. He'll go to the free throw line for two. He makes the first, so it is 2-1 now. Giannis is the two-time consecutive uh, league MVP. It seems like it's voter fatigue. He's having an outstanding season this year, yet no one wants to talk about how great he's playing because many people will expect this from the Bucks to win a lot of games in the regular season. Their test will be in the playoffs. Obviously, Giannis is an exceptional player. He plays hard every single night, but his flaws are profound, similar to Ben Simmons in terms of how he performs on the perimeter. As Drew Holiday steals the pass from Ben Simmons going towards Tobias Harris to get a basket for the Bucks. Ben Simmons responds, setting up Danny Green in the left corner for three. So back and forth we go. Sixers lead the Bucks 5-4. But as I mentioned with Simmons and his lack of perimeter scoring, similar things can be said to about Giannis in the latter parts of close games. He's aggressive, he gets a lot of points, but down the stretch, can he be the go-to guy for the Bucks as they try to win a championship? They try to adjust, get more shooters. They brought in Drew Holiday from New Orleans. Drew has been a great facilitator and playmaker down the stretch. He can get his own shot, but is he a definitive scorer when the game is on the line? In many situations, the Bucks go to Chris Middleton to get their shot. And by all accounts, Chris Middleton is maximizing his potential and doing everything he possibly can. He's efficient. He's routinely in the discussion for a 50, 40, 90, meaning averaging, meaning shooting 50% from the floor, 40% from three, and 90% from the free throw line. But can he do prolific things when it matters the most? That is the question that will need to be answered over an extended period of time. Right now, the Bucks, like I said, 9-1 in their last 10 games, and 20, they're 25-14. So they're doing the right thing so far in the regular season. Let's see how they'll go in the playoffs. But let's get back to gameplay as the Bucks respond to Philadelphia. Drew Holiday gets another basket, so Philadelphia leads by one now, 7-6. Seth Curry pull up jumper is good. Seth Curry coming over, playing for his father-in-law and Doc Rivers. He's been really, really comfortable playing the starting lineup with the Philadelphia 76ers. He's been a primary shooter, that's his job, but he's also been a secondary ball handler for Ben Simmons, especially down the stretch of games as well. So that's a good thing to see. As I mentioned, Curry's ball handling ability, he comes up, pull up three, right wing, no good, rebounded by Antetokounmpo. The 76ers, 28-12, they've been really led by Joel Embiid. Joel is having an MVP caliber season. He was really the front runner before he went down with his knee injury. Who knows how long he'll be out as Giannis Antetokounmpo tries to go head first into the paint, tried to run over Danny Green. Danny Green stood his ground and was able to take that charge, so it'll be a turnover on the Bucks. But when I look at what the Sixers have done, they've been really motivated by first year 76er head coach Doc Rivers. Rivers, obviously, a great motivator, known for his years with the Celtics and the Clippers. He's motivated the Sixer team to play better, execute much better, and not play down to their competition. They've been able to defeat bad teams and compete against the very best so far this season. A lot of that has had to do with Joel Embiid being extremely motivated to play at his apex every single night. Obviously, a man with great talent. No one can ever question that. But with his talent level comes great responsibility, and many have felt at times he hasn't lived up to it. This season, game in and game out, he's performed at a high level, averaging 30 points per game, over 11 rebounds, and he's been consistent. But these injuries will force players like Tobias and Ben Simmons to take on that scoring load if the Sixers are going to hold down the fort while he's out. Great pass inside from Giannis Antetokounmpo to find Chris Middleton under the basket, roaming. He's able to get an easy finish inside. So the Sixers now lead 9-8. And Antetokounmpo coming into this game with three straight triple doubles as Brook Lopez takes Bradley into the paint, able to get it up and under. Couldn't get the basket to fall, but he'll be going to the free throw line for two. Lopez in the previous game against the Washington Wizards, in which the Bucks swept the back-to-back series with the Wizards. Lopez 22.7 rebounds. Lopez has really reinvented his game coming to the Bucks. Well, really the last year in the on the Nets, on the Brooklyn Nets before coming to Milwaukee really set the table for what we've seen from Brook Lopez over the last couple of years. He's extended his range, knocked down a three-point uh, at a high clip, especially as a 7-footer. And Coach Mike Budenholzer has really relied on him to complement the likes of Antetokounmpo, whose work is extensively in the paint. Brook Lopez can score in the paint, but he relies mostly on his perimeter shot to create mismatches. As the Bucks able to force a turnover, Chris Middleton pull back. The step back jumper is good as he hits that over Tobias Harris. Now the the Bucks lead 11-9. Almost stolen. Drew Holiday is playing exceptionally well. One of the best defenders in the NBA, widely regarded as the best one-on-one defender in the NBA. We have a timeout called by Philadelphia. as the Sixers trail 11-9 at home. The Bucks and Sixers, two of the top tier teams in the East, battling for supremacy. The Sixers, obviously undermanned without Joel Embiid, still have one of the best home records in the NBA at 18-3. We'll be back with more as this is a game a day by Isaiah, a platform on the Ask Isaiah YouTube channel. I'm Isaiah Rhodes. Stay tuned for more. Welcome back. As we come out of that timeout, the Bucks miss a three-point shot. Sixers with possession trailing by two. Bradley on the right wing goes to Curry. They're looking to set up Tobias Harris, guarded by Chris Middleton. Harris, guarded by Middleton, goes across the lane for the fadeaway jumper is good. In the fourth quarter against the Knicks, Tobias really worked that mid post area and utilized the paint to get a number of shots to fall, especially in the last 3 minutes, to seal that game for Philadelphia. Bradley able to come away with another rebound as Philadelphia looking to push the pace. Seth Curry dribble handoff to Ben Simmons going left, dribble handoff to Danny Green going right. Straightaway three is good. Danny Green is a career shooter in the NBA. He's a starter. He's been on three championship teams: the Lakers last year, the Toronto Raptors in 2019, and the San Antonio Spurs in 2014. He's been able to utilize the 3 and D variety. Defensively, he's made a name for himself as well. Uh, right now, Danny Green is someone who shoots 38% from three, but he's so inconsistent at times that many people question should he even be on many of the teams he's been on. But you can't ever question the consistency. You can't ever question the durability of Danny Green. And for all of his inconsistencies as a shooter, he tends to come up with big shots during key playoff runs, and that can't be questioned. So let's see what he's able to do with this Sixer team, who obviously has championship aspirations. He wants to continue his championship streak, winning two championships in a row with two different teams. Can he continue that streak with the Sixers? That remains to be seen. On his possession, the Sixers to have a 3-point lead as Giannis Antetokounmpo tried to post up Ben Simmons. Antetokounmpo called for an offensive foul. Simmons, for all of his flaws as a scorer and shooter, is one of the best defenders in the NBA and a front runner for Defensive Player of the Year. The versatility that he showcases defensively, the length that he has, the wingspan he uses, the athleticism, and not only athleticism, but the IQ and skill that he showcases to defend multiple positions every single night. He's an anchor that this Philadelphia team uses extensively against the very best. And to see him guard Giannis Antetokounmpo in the post the way that he has so far is something that Doc Rivers knows he can rely on. As the Sixers try to get a shot from Tobias Harris there, the layup, pardon me, the jumper, no good. Bobby Portis able to leak out and get a basket to fall. Portis coming off of a 13-point performance against the Wizards. Tobias Harris comes back with a straightaway three, no good. Bucks trailing by one with the basketball. Portis can't get the straightaway three to fall. Sixers get the rebound. Seth Curry directing gets it to Simmons. Dribble handoff to Curry, back to Danny Green, left corner, guarded by Giannis Antetokounmpo. Green able to work baseline, tries to get it to Tobias Harris. Not the cleanest pass, but back to Danny Green on the drive. Green with the left hand finish, can't get it to fall. Rebounded by Portis. Bucks trail by one, 3:25 remaining in the first quarter. Inside, Drew Holiday tried to finish with the left hand, deflected out of bounds by Dwight Howard. Possession will stay with the Bucks. 16 on the shot clock. Wait, they review, and they say that Dwight didn't touch the basketball. That'll be a turnover on the Bucks. Possession goes to Philadelphia. As we see Joel Embiid, I mentioned Joel's MVP candidacy this season. He was the front runner. He probably still is the front runner. The key to him regaining control. Obviously, you got LeBron James with the ultimate durability. He's winning games. They're third in the West. He's had to carry the weight without the likes of Anthony Davis. Then you have James Harden, who's really held down the fort while Kevin Durant's been out. Joel Embiid has his work cut out for him if he wants to win his first MVP of his career. But if the Sixers keep winning and he comes back healthy, there's a possibility he can bring home his first MVP title. The Sixers out on the run, able to get a steal. Seth Curry, what a pass ahead to Ben Simmons. Alley-oop off the glass and Tobias Harris. The basket is good. Giannis Antetokounmpo couldn't get back in time to block that. And the timeout called by the Bucks. Sixers lead 16-13. We'll be back with more. This is Isaiah Rose. This is a Game a Day by Zay, a platform presented to you on the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. Thank you for watching. We'll be back soon. Out of the timeout, Bucks get an easy basket inside as Dante DiVincenzo finds Giannis Antetokounmpo under the basket, two-hand slam, and in response, Sixers try to set up an alley for Dwight Howard. Pass from Tobias a bit out of his range on the one-hand catch. Bucks with possession trailing by one. This just in though, PJ Tucker has been traded to the Bucks. The Bucks trade DJ Augustine to to the to the Rockets in principle, basically for PJ Tucker. PJ Tucker known for his effort, his defense, especially in the post, and as a 3-point specialist in the corners. PJ's a bit older, and he spent a lot of his premier years with the Houston Rockets, chasing that title with James Harden and Mike D'Antoni. But as the Rockets have disbanded that particular group and tried to rebuild, PJ knew his time was up, and he was looking for a trade and or extension. The management with the Rockets didn't want to extend PJ, so they traded him to the Bucks, giving him a chance to contend for a championship. Could he help them? I believe so. But it depends on how they use him defensively. PJ, for all of his effort and interior presence defensively, he is 6'5" and he doesn't defend. He doesn't defend the perimeter as well as he used to when he was younger. So they're gonna still need help on the perimeter, especially with scoring. But I think it adds another shooter. It plays into their system. He can be used very well, and in various spots he can be effective. The Sixers trying to make a run up five. Kick out to Furkan Korkmaz. Three is good. Korkmaz was 1 of 6 from three yesterday against the Knicks, but hit a huge three in the fourth quarter to help the Sixers open up the lead for good. So Furkan in the groove. Dante DiVincenzo looking to respond. He does, cutting the 8-point deficit to 5, 23-18. In the time while I was breaking down the PJ Tucker trade, Ben Simmons was able to get a couple of baskets as well. So tonight, Simmons in the groove trying to make sure that he's doing his part offensively. Tobias Harris, what a pass inside to Dwight Howard for a two-hand slam. Harris averaging close to 4 assists this year. That's one of the areas Doc Rivers has put a lot of responsibility on him to complement Ben Simmons off the dribble. 3-point shot for DiVincenzo, no good. On the rebound, Pat Connaughton is fouled on the offensive glass. He's fouled by Dwight Howard as the buzzer sounds. They're going to review whether the foul was before the buzzer or after. Right now, the Sixers lead going into the second quarter, 25-18. We'll be back with more. This is a Game a Day by Zay. I'm Ask Isaiah Rose. This is a platform presented to you on the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. Welcome back. As we start this second quarter, the Sixers lead by 7 as they deem that foul by Dwight Howard on Pat Connaughton. A shooting foul with 0.6 of a second. Connaughton knocked down both free throws. So 25-18, 11:31 remaining in the second quarter. Sixers in control. They've been able to negate a lot of what the Bucks like to do, especially playing off of Giannis Antetokounmpo's penetration, setting up 3-point shots. The the Bucks haven't quite been able to get fluid offense to the perimeter so far just yet. And with that said, another turnover as Chris Middleton tried to set up the post play inside, has it stolen. Sixers had an opportunity. Furkan Korkmaz's turnover. Bryn Forbes tried to respond on a three. He misses it. Bobby Portis with the offensive rebound kicks out to Middleton, back to Portis on the left block, guarded by Mike Scott. Portis trying to score, gets the floater not to fall. We got a deflection out of bounds. Possession will go to the Sixers. Portis, as I mentioned, coming off of a 13-point performance against the Wizards. The second, the secondary group for the second unit for the Bucks has been a point of emphasis. Dante DiVincenzo, who dealt with some injuries last year, has come in and been somewhat of a consistent force, especially at the point guard position. That's what really made DJ Augustine expendable. Augustine coming over from the Magic last year to help the Bucks, especially with shooting. But with Dante DiVincenzo getting back in the groove and playing at a high level, they didn't necessarily need DJ Augustine, and that's why they went and got PJ Tucker. Sixers with the basketball, Shake Milton, pull up jumper on the mid range, good. So Sixers have gotten key contributions off the bench as Shake Milton knocked down a mid-range shot the possession before. Furkan Korkmaz tried to get a floater off the glass. The putback was made by Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard coming off of 11 points and 12 rebounds against the Knicks. A great interior presence, especially in that first half, to keep the Sixers in the game when the Knicks looked like they were trying to run away with it. We got an offensive foul against Shake Milton as he's called for dipping the shoulder against Bobby Portis. The mid-range jumper was good, but they call an offensive foul. Sixers lead by 11, 29 to 18, 9:48 remaining in the first half. Milton this season averaging 13.2 points per game, 44% from the floor, 3.1 assists. Milton has settled into the secondary point guard off the bench. He's known to play in the fourth quarter as well next to Ben Simmons, looking to be a scorer for Doc Rivers. Bryn Forbes, mid-range jumper, no good, rebounded by Korkmaz. Korkmaz looking to set up Matisse Thybulle in the game, known as a defensive specialist. He knocked down a three-pointer against the Knicks yesterday. Shake Milton tried to get that floater to fall. Couldn't get it to fall. Rebound, not clean by Dwight. He tried to get that rebound over three different Bucks, but he had to step out of bounds. Great effort there, but it'll be Bucks possession. Drew Holiday with the basketball, guarded by Shake Milton. Holiday is fouled as Dwight tried to come over on the weak side to get that block. 9:05 remaining. They call that foul on Howard. Going to the free throw line will be Drew Holiday. I mentioned Drew Holiday's addition to this Bucks team coming from New Orleans. He's uh, he's good at a lot of things, but not a master at any one thing. He's a great defensive player, great facilitator. He can score, but not a scorer. He is an addition that the Bucks definitely needed, especially down the stretch, as a premier facilitator. But I think they do need more of a scoring punch if they were to go up against the likes of Brooklyn when Kevin Durant is healthy and playing at the highest level. The Nets look like they're head and shoulders ahead of everyone in the East. But if Holiday can be that third scorer and consistent scorer that the Bucks have lacked over the last couple of years, especially in the playoffs, then this Bucks team can go to the next level. Holiday makes both free throws, but the Bucks have not been able to get any field goals to fall. They miss a Bryn Forbes three. Sixers trying to get Dwight Howard a jumper to fall, and it does. Sixers go up 11, 31 to 20. Howard made a mid-range jumper yesterday against the Knicks that really surprised everyone there in that second half. So Howard's energy has really helped this second unit for the Sixers. Floater inside, no good for Brook Lopez, and the shot will go out of bounds, but Dwight couldn't control that rebound. Possession will stay with the Bucks. As we look at Shake Milton, set up Dwight for the pick and pop. Free throw line extended. So it'll be baseline out of bounds. Drew Holiday will be inbounding. He gets it to Chris Middleton. Middleton guarded by Thibault, and it's back tipped by Thibault. Possession will stay with the Bucks. 7 on the shot clock. Middleton mid-range jumper can't get it to fall. Rebounded by Howard. Middleton gets it to Korkmaz on the left wing, able to get the up fake, and he draws the foul on Pat Connaughton. Now, this particular shot that we see, you see players do the pump fake and then they jump into the defender. That's not a natural shooting motion. A lot of the coaches and players on defense detest that call, but it favors the offensive player every single time. Even if you see blatant the offensive player trying to draw the contact and drop into the defender, no matter what happens, they always give that call to the offensive player. Korkmaz will be going to the free throw line for 3. He makes the first, misses the second on the season. Korkmaz shooting 81% from the free throw line. Yesterday against the Knicks, he shot 3 of 5 from the free throw line. So the Sixers in the last 7 minutes on a 17-5 run, they've opened up a 13-point lead. And we look at Drew Holiday trying to get a pass inside to Brook Lopez, but it rolls off of Lopez's foot. Turnover by the Bucks. Sixers really clamping down defensively here in the latter parts of that first quarter, opening up the first stages of this second quarter. And this right here is a clear byproduct of what Doc Rivers has brought to this team. When the Sixers smell blood, they attack versus what they've been over the tenure with Brent Brown. They tend to play down to competition at times and let teams back into games. Now, basketball is a game of runs. You expect every team to make a run and come at you, but too often, especially under Brent Brown, the Sixers would have games and then they would fold down the stretch. They didn't get the proper execution. The wrong people always had the ball in their hands when it mattered most. Doc Rivers has extensively broken down what everyone's role on this team is, and by doing so, he's held everyone accountable, at least so far in the regular season. And the Sixers have gotten things done. Shake Milton comes away with the mid-range jumper and timeout called by the Bucks. Sixers up 15, 35-20. They've taken control of this game. 7:19 remaining in the first half. I'm Isaiah Rose. This is an Ask Isaiah presentation on the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. A game a day by Zay. We'll be back with more. Sixers lead the Bucks 35-20. 7:19 remaining in the first half. Welcome back. The Sixers lead by 15. They've opened up an extensive lead, really, with this second unit here, forcing turnovers and on cue. Matisse Thybulle catches Giannis Antetokounmpo on the weak side, able to get a steal. Shake Milton on the right wing, trying to go off the dribble against Drew Holiday. Not the best decision, but he retains possession, trying to set up Mike Scott straightaway 3 on the top of the key, no good. Rebounded by Brook Lopez. But the Sixers with this second unit on the floor have been able to get the Bucks out of rhythm offensively. Nothing has been cohesive. They haven't really gotten much ball movement, and when they have, the Sixers have pounced and created turnovers, been able to get out and run. A lot of that can be traced to Dwight Howard's energy, both on the offensive glass and playing great interior defense. The Sixers right now with the basketball, as we see once again, they forced another turnover, offensive foul called against Giannis Antetokounmpo. 6:42 remaining. Seth Curry with the basketball as he comes back into the game. Looking to set up, takes a screen from Dwight. trying to get it over to Mike Scott is stolen by Pat Connaughton. Drew Holiday looking to get a shot over Dwight's outstretched arms. The basket is good. A lot of history here between Drew Holiday and the Sixers. The Sixers actually drafted Drew Holiday back in 2011. Holiday made they drafted him back in 2011, and Holiday made his first and only All-Star game as a member of the 76ers going all the way back to 2013. Holiday since then hasn't been a perennial All-Star, but he's always been a player just outside on the cusp. Very similar to what Mike Conley had became throughout his career before making his first All-Star game this year as a member of the Utah Jazz. Holiday right now still going, still very valuable, still a coveted asset in the league. He's well respected, but the point guard position in the NBA is just too fierce sometimes in both conferences, and that's why he's only made one in his career. Brook Lopez trying to get a shot in the post, overhand hook shot, unable to fall. Sixers looking to push. Seth Curry thought about a three on the left wing, takes a screen from the White mid-range jumper over Lopez. Is no good. Rebounded by Chris Middleton. Sixers this so far in this game shooting 47%. Bucks shooting 24%. Mid-range jumper for Giannis Antetokounmpo, no good. Great defense there from Dwight Howard to play him for the jumper. Many people have called for Giannis to take more jumpers, and at times he's knocked it down. But in my opinion, not to say that I'm the guru or anything, but I just think that that is a disservice to his game in the Bucks because he's not a good shooter. So he probably should work more in the post, just developing more of a post game in the paint. Yes, you can go downhill with the best of them, but work on your post game, work on your footwork, try to try to draw the double team much better and get cleaner shots. Yes, you can drive and kick, like I said, downhill with the best of them, but in the second half of the season, going into playoffs, they're not gonna allow you to just easily go downhill. If you work on your post game, work on your footwork, you can develop different variations of offense to which the Bucks can play off of a lot better than what they have over the last couple of years. With that said, he's still a two-time MVP. He's still going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. He still gives maximum effort every night. So whatever his ceiling is obviously a exceptional ceiling, and he's only 25. So the Bucks have a cornerstone for the next 6 years. He signed the Supermax this summer. It's their job to complement him and make up for his weaknesses. If he's going all out every single night trying to make the best of what his game is, then it's their job to plug in those holes. Very similar to what the Lakers did with Shaquille O'Neal. They drafted a Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant developed into a two guard that was able to be the perimeter scorer necessary to make up for when Shaq didn't make his free throws. He was historically a bad free throw shooter. But that didn't change the fact that he was still dominant and Kobe Bryant was able to be that perimeter scorer, especially down a stretch of key games, and he became the Don Dada and what obviously the Black Mamba became. But the Lakers understood that Shaq's flaws are going to be what they are. We have to build around him. The Bucks have yet to do that, have been yet to do that. So let's see what they'll be going forward in the latter part of Giannis's prime. I don't want to get going too far. I'm speaking into a commercial, so we'll be back as the Sixers lead the Bucks now by 11, 35-24. Ask Isaiah, Isaiah Rose. This is a presentation on the Ask Isaiah YouTube page, a game of day by Isaiah. Stay tuned for more. Out of the timeout as the Sixers try to stop Milwaukee's mini run. Tobias Harris able to score with the right hand drive into the paint. Pat Connaughton misses a three in response. Great find from Ben Simmons on the fast break for Tony Bradley. He wasn't able to finish the layup, but the putback is made by Tobias Harris. And now the Sixers back up 15, 39-24. Holiday trying to go to Antetokounmpo at the top of the key, guarded by Matisse Thybulle. He faces a double team, gets the pass inside. We got a jump ball by Tobias Harris and Giannis Antetokounmpo. That's what I'm talking about. Once the double team come, Giannis is he's very much a threat. Like I said, he plays downhill and is able to find others. But once you show you're not afraid of that force that he plays with, he's very easy to guard. On that double team, the Sixers timed it really, really well. He turned right into Tobias. Tobias able to get the jump ball. In many occasions, players are able to take charges from Giannis at key times of certain games, especially in the playoffs. So when you look at that and you look at where he needs to improve, if he wasn't always positioned on the perimeter to be the playmaker all the time and went to the post and had people set him up, then we would see a lot more from the Bucks that we haven't seen. Sixers clamping down defensively, able to get a block from Matisse Thybulle that sets up a Danny Green straightaway three. Sixers now up by 18, 42 to 24. 3:20 remaining in the first half. Sixers have been in control. Looking at responses, Giannis Antetokounmpo on a three, he shoots an air ball. Again, they want him to shoot more threes, but that's a disservice to not only his game but the Bucks' offense. Yes, he can extend his range. He doesn't have to be Kevin Durant. He doesn't have to shoot threes. He shouldn't be shooting threes. 42 to 24. Sixers lead the Bucks. Ben Simmons would have passed inside to Thybulle. Thybulle adjusting his body, trying to get the layup to fall. Can't get it to fall. Giannis Antetokounmpo trying to find Dante DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo works the baseline and finds a cutter and Drew Holiday for a two-hand slam. 16-point lead for the Sixers. 42 to 26. Straightaway three for Steph Curry. In and out and in again. Steph Curry putting the Sixers up by 19, 45 to 26. Sixers tonight, 5 of 11 from three. Holiday on the left wing, guarded by Thybulle. Thybulle making it difficult. Dribble handoff from Antetokounmpo to Holiday. Floater over Danny Green, no good. Ben Simmons gets it ahead to Tobias Harris. Harris looking for Danny Green. Danny Green falls to the ground. Ben Simmons trying to save the pass, and it will be Sixers basketball, a disjointed possession there. 11 on the shot clock. Great effort from both sides. 2:06 remaining in the first half. I mentioned Philadelphia's defense really making it difficult for any fluidity with the Bucks offensively. They smell blood. They've been able to attack. As we look at Tobias Harris working in the post, I mentioned him being able to finish, especially down the stretch against the Knicks. The Sixers outscored the Knicks 26 to 14. A lot of that came on the shoulders of Tobias down the stretch in that final 3 minutes. Harris can't get that right wing three to fall. Dante DiVincenzo goes to Antetokounmpo on the post, guarded by Tobias Harris. Kick out to Brent Forbes, three no good, rebounded by Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons working the right sideline, guarded by Connaughton. In and out dribble by Ben. Kick over to Danny Green, left corner, in and out, no good. Rebounded by Dante DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo had an all-around game against the Wizards in their previous game. 12 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. Floater by DiVincenzo was good. He's a championship player. He comes from the Jay Wright tree in Villanova. A six man on that team, but came up huge in their championship run. As Steph Curry tried to go baseline, tried to kick it over to Danny Green in the left corner, has it deflected out by Brent Forbes, excuse me. So we have a minute remaining in the first half. Sixers up by 17, 45 to 28. Sixers haven't really overpowered overpowered the Bucks uh, in prolific fashion, but they've held obviously with 28 points with a minute left. That showed you how great of a defensive performance this has been. They've been able to make everything difficult, and we apparently have gotten a technical. We got a technical foul. Chris Middleton shooting over 90% from the free throw line, knocking in the free throw. So I got to get those details to you very soon in regards to who that tanker was on. But with 1 minute remaining, as I mentioned, Philadelphia's defense has been exceptional tonight. But here's the thing: basketball is a game of runs. Can the Sixers maintain this effort for 48 minutes? Ben Simmons trying to get a floater inside, no good. Didn't even hit the rim. So possession goes to the Bucks. Simmons hasn't been called upon to make shots tonight. He's really just played defense, been able to get out and run, and the Sixers have knocked down a three. He had 4 points tonight, 2 of 7 from the floor. But with the Sixers in control, he hasn't been asked to do so. If this game gets close, will the Bucks look to put him in position to be the go-to scorer for the Sixers? Step back three, Steph Curry can't get it to fall. Offensive rebound no good for Tobias Harris. So we have a 3-second differential between shot clock and game clock. 18 seconds left in the half. Middleton, guarded by Danny Green, crossover dribble, going right, defended by Ben Simmons, still able to get that to fall. Great offensive prowess there from Chris Middleton. 45-31, 6.5 left. Ben Simmons looking to attack Antetokounmpo, can't get the layup to fall. Danny Green tried to attempt to get a shot up at the buzzer, deflected by Dante DiVincenzo, and the Bucks try to make a slight run going into the half. Second fewest points in a half in the last 5 seasons. They made 12 field goals in the first half, had 13 turnovers. Great defense, as I mentioned, by the Sixers. And we look at their all-around scoring and how they've been able to do so tonight. Again, when we look at what Chris Middleton has done, 5 points. You look at Antetokounmpo tonight, 4 points. Drew Holiday has been the only bright spot for the Bucks so far with 12 points. But the Sixers have gotten great balance, great defense. Tobias Harris, only 10 points, but I mentioned all-around performance from the Sixers. They've been able to knock in the three-point shot, which has created a lot of separations. They're 5 of 14 from three. They've forced so many turnovers tonight, as the Bucks have 13 turnovers, only 12 field goals made. Giannis Antetokounmpo has been in foul trouble, multiple offensive fouls called against him, and those turnovers have lended itself to the Sixers creating the separation that we see. 14-point lead going into the second half. Can the Sixers continue this in the second half and try to push their winning streak to 7? That remains to be seen, but I'll be here to give you the commentary. I'm Ask Isaiah Rose. This is a presentation of A Game a Day by Zay. Something new on the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. So check out more content as we go forward for the rest of this regular season. We'll be back for the second half. 76ers lead the Bucks 45-31. As we start the second half, 76ers up by 14, 45-31. Steph Curry gets it going for the Sixers with a three-point shot to put them up 17. And in response, Dante DiVincenzo comes back with a putback to try to cut into that lead. Steph comes right back with a basket over the outstretched arms of Giannis Antetokounmpo. Ben Simmons gets a steal, able to get it ahead to Tobias Harris for the finish, and Mike Budenholzer has to call a timeout. Sixers up 19, 52-33, 9:46 remaining in the third quarter. We'll be back with more. This is a game by Zay. I'm Isaiah Rose. This is a presentation on the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. Stay tuned for more. Welcome back as the Sixers went into that timeout by Mike Budenholzer, up 19 coming into the second half. Sixers were up by 14, but they've been able to get key turnovers, get out and run, knock down three-point shots. And Ben Simmons, despite only having 4 points, has 8 assists, has played great defense on Giannis Antetokounmpo. And I spoke Antetokounmpo up on cue, able to score on Ben Simmons, but Antetokounmpo tonight only 6 points, 2 of 6 from the floor, and 3 rebounds. So the Sixers have been doing their job defensively. Giannis gets a block on Tobias Harris driving, trying to finish with the left hand. Antetokounmpo guarded by Ben Simmons once again. Antetokounmpo can't finish but he'll be going to, no, they call a travel. So they call a travel on Antetokounmpo. It hasn't been easy. Simmons defending him straight up one on one, making it very difficult. And this is the versatility I was speaking about when it comes to Ben Simmons. He's 6'10, 250, very strong and stable. His athleticism alone allows for him to defend multiple positions, but his IQ allows for him to be able to use his speed and quickness against larger defenders while using the length. Tobias Harris trying to set up Tony Bradley inside has his pass stolen by Drew Holiday, another great one-on-one defender guarded by Steph Curry. Kicks out to Brook Lopez straightaway three, good. So I mentioned in the latter part of that first half, the Bucks tonight haven't been able to knock down threes, but can the Sixers maintain this defensive prowess and getting key stops to get out and run and get things going? The three-point shot has always been a weapon for the Bucks, but let's see what they do in the second half. We see an easy basket inside off a great find from Ben Simmons. Bradley able to finish. Sixers up by 16, 54-38. We get a technical foul called. Steph Curry will go to the free throw line. He misses the free throw. That's a rare miss for Steph Curry. Curry, one of the best shooters in the NBA all around. He misses the free throw. Usually a 90% free throw shooter. That technical foul was on Mike Budenholzer. So again, Sixers up 16, 54-38. With the basketball, Holiday going to DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo explodes to the rim, taking that sail off from Brook Lopez, giving him an easy lane to the basket for the strong finish. Danny Green, right corner three, good. Good setup there from Steph Curry. Holiday looking to kick out once again, straightaway three for Lopez, good. So despite their offensive droughts, the three is starting to open up for the Bucks. Can the Sixers sustain this defensive presence that they've been able to build this lead? Up 14 now, but they've been able to make key shots every time the Bucks try to make a run. Simmons in the post, guarded by Connaughton off the glass, can't finish, but Tony Bradley is there for the putback. Sixers up 16. They're trading twos for threes, but they're getting things done. Three-point shot for Drew Holiday, no good. Rebounded by Chris Middleton, he gets the putback. Ben Simmons guarded by Drew Holiday. He goes to Seth Curry. Curry, right wing three, no good. Rebounded by Drew Holiday. This is a sensitive time here. Sixers up 14, but 6:38 remaining in the third. Can the Bucks make a run? Again, kick out to DiVincenzo, left wing three, good. So now we get three key three-point shots here in this third quarter. Two by Brook Lopez, one by Dante DiVincenzo. It's an 11-point game, 6:29 remaining. Momentum is swinging. Doc Rivers senses it. He calls a timeout to settle the Sixers down. We'll be back with more. We're back as the Sixers lead by 11, but momentum is swinging towards the Bucks. Three three-point shots here in the third have settled the Bucks down, and a back tip from Dante DiVincenzo allows for the Bucks to create a turnover. Drew Holiday with the basketball. Brook Lopez right wing three, in and out, no good. Rebounded by Ben Simmons. Sixers dodged the bullet there. That would have put the game within single digits for the first time in a very long time. Simmons in the post, kicks out to Harris. Left wing three is good. So good competitive response there from Simmons and Harris. Great defense there by Tobias Harris to catch Chris Middleton trying to drive. Able to get the steal. Steph Curry looking to respond with another three. Wasn't able to get it to fall. Bucks with the basketball trailing by 14. Tobias Harris able to catch Middleton slipping there rips the ball out and able to create a fast break opportunity for the Sixers. They weren't able to score, and in response, Drew Holiday finds Brook Lopez flashing down the lane for an easy layup. So 12-point game, Sixers up 62-50 as we approach 5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Mid-range jumper, good free throw line extended for Tobias Harris. I don't think he called bank, but the Sixers will take it. Up 14. Tobias tonight 17 points, 8 of 16 from the floor. Chris Middleton comes back with the basket. Left hand layup is good. 64-52. So we've gotten some back and forth scoring now. As Simmons tried to set up Steph Curry. Steph Curry with the tip to Danny Green. He can't finish the three. Rebounded by Drew Holiday. Great effort there from Danny Green to get the possession to Ben Simmons. Steph Curry to Danny Green, right corner. Three is good. So that is what we call a 5-point swing. A turnover by the Sixers, opportunity for the Bucks to go on a fast break and score. They weren't able to do so. Great effort there by Steph Curry to try to get the pass to Danny Green. Danny Green with the effort defensively. Forget everything I just said. Ben Simmons with a big time slam to put the Sixers up by 17, able to finish the dunk over Brook Lopez. What a slam. Will they call that offensive foul? We get an offensive foul. Offensive foul called on Ben Simmons, they say on a push off against Drew Holiday. A baby push off there. I don't know if I would have called that. The dunk was too spectacular over Brook Lopez. They take the point away. Sixers up 15. But the effort by the Sixers has allowed them to create more separation as the Bucks have tried to make many runs. Bobby Portis with the floater inside. Can't get it to fall, but the putback is there for Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's trying to get into a rhythm. He's finding baskets here and there. He can't really get anything straight away downhill like he's used to, but he's been able to find baskets being set up by others. Sixers, disjointed offensive possession. Ben Simmons able to find his way to the basketball with a quirky Euro step, finish with the right hand. Floater is good. Sixers up 15. Bobby Portis with the three. He can't get it to fall. Rebounded by Tobias Harris. In control. Sixers up 15. Trying to set up the White inside. Guarded by Portis. A jumper from the White. No good. Earlier in the game, he knocked down a mid-range jumper. The crowd was going crazy. Tried to take another one. Wasn't able to get the fall. We got a blocking foul as Giannis got one of his rare downhill attempts at the basket there. He draws a foul. He'll be going to the free throw line for two. So we look at Ben Simmons on the replay. Picks up the loose ball. Euro step as Drew Holiday tried to get that block to fall, but the Euro set up the floater with the right hand, and he's able to get it to fall. Giannis at the free throw line. Bucks trail by 15 tonight. Giannis just not able to get much going. He's found some baskets here in the second half. He has 8 points. Giannis's first free throw is no good. Coming into this game, he's had 3 consecutive triple doubles. In the first parts of this season, many were wondering if Giannis will be able to get back to his MVP level. His numbers are even better this season. He's playing at such a high level. But like I said, the voter fatigue is on Giannis's shoulders right now. Many people are not questioning his ability, but they're wondering if the Bucks would be a serious championship contender going forward, knowing how their season has been closed out over the last couple of years. Antetokounmpo goes 1 of 2 at the free throw line, 9 points tonight. 3 of 4 from the free throw line, 3 of 7 from the floor. Sixers up 14. Shake Milton can't get that floater fall. Rebounded by Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo long strides at the rim. Layup is good. Milton over to Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons on the right block. Kicks it to Matisse Thybulle. 3 straight away, no good. Rebounded by Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo tonight hasn't been on the boards a lot, but that now here in the third, it's allowed for him to get out and run. That 3-pointer straight away is no good. off the front rim. He's bailing the Sixers out with that three-point shot. Shake Milton trying to attack. Kicks it to Simmons. Simmons down the lane. Kicks it to Mike Scott. Three, no good. And possession will stay with Philadelphia. That was a good setup there for Mike Scott by Ben Simmons, but the three was no good. We look at Antetokounmpo. I mentioned tonight, only 11 points. Rare opportunities to go downhill tonight. Ben Simmons has been guarding them one-on-one in the post, and the Sixers have timed their double teams really, really well. He's gotten a number of offensive fouls and a couple of travels. The Sixers have defended him well, but he's not going to quit. Dwight trying to dunk off the inbound. He's fouled. He'll go to the free throw line for two, but that would have took the house down. Howard tonight, giving the Sixers great energy off the bench. I mentioned his performance against the Knicks last night, especially in the latter parts of that first half, giving the Sixers all the energy they needed to stay in the game as the Knicks tried to run away with it. Dwight tonight has given the Sixers great defense, especially in the post. He's rebounded strong. He's always been a spectacular rebounder, but knowing the role that he's played with the Lakers last year, playing in spot minutes, coming in when necessary, being a deterrent, being an agitator at times, he's done exactly that for the Sixer team, and it served them very well in the latter parts of his Hall of Fame career. Dwight goes 1 of 2 at the free throw line. Sixers up by 13, 70-57. 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Antetokounmpo guarded by Mike Scott. Spin move by Antetokounmpo, and we got a foul. As we look at that move, Dwight was ready to come over on that double team. Straight downhill for Giannis. He goes to the spin move. That's one of his patented go-to moves. The Sixers were ready for it, but they called a reaching foul. So it'll be sideline out of bounds, possession to the Bucks. Downhill is Giannis. Giannis not quite able to get to it right away. Great defense by Mike Scott. Sixers force a turnover. Shake Milton on the right wing goes to the middle of the paint, trying to get a shot. He's fouled, but we got an offensive foul against Dwight Howard, trying to seal off Pat Connaughton to give Milton that shot there. Tough call there. Milton was getting ready to get into his shooting motion prior to that foul, but turnover on the Sixers. Still up 13, but the Bucks are trying to get a rhythm going. Brent Forms for three. No good. Rebounded by Milton. That would have cut the deficit to 10. Milton looking to get inside. Goes off the glass with the left hand. No good. Rebounded by Antetokounmpo. Looking to push downhill. He finds Forbes. Crossover dribble. Trying to finish with the right hand. Can't get it to fall. And we look at Bobby Portis with the putback. Unable to get it to fall. Sixers are dodging a lot of bullets here. Dwight with that rebound gets it ahead to Milton. There's a minute remaining. Mike Scott three falls short of the rim. Another rebound for Antetokounmpo. So he's getting his rebounding numbers up here in the third quarter. 5 rebounds here in the third. Now up to 18, and he responds with a two-hand slam. So that's one thing that you don't want to see if you're a Sixer fan. Giannis getting in the groove, getting easy baskets, getting his rhythm, touching that basketball. The Sixers have held him at bay with great defense, but with Simmons on the bench, can they find ways to negate what he's doing? Great closeout on Pat Connaughton. Great closeout from Pat Connaughton on that Shake Milton three. He blocked the shot, but they call a foul. They call a foul. So possession will stay with the Sixers. We look at the closeout from Connaughton, and they say he fouled him low there. We want to check it out. 33.8 seconds remaining as Milton gets the ball, finishes with the left hand. So they say the foul was before the shot. So Milton gets the finish, up 13, and we get a technical foul. We get a technical foul on Doc Rivers there. So pardon me, they say this fouls on the technical fouls on Shake Milton. Technical foul on Shake Milton. Going to the free throw line to take the free throw would be Brent Forbes. Forbes' free throw is good. So 30.7 left here in the third. Sixers up by 12. Coming back into the game for the Bucks, Chris Middleton. Bobby Portis to the bench. Portis gave the Bucks good energy there in that third quarter. Kick out to Dante DiVincenzo. Three is good. So in single digits are the Bucks. 72-63. Great find there from Giannis Antetokounmpo to set up Dante DiVincenzo on the right corner. 72-63. 2-second differential between shot clock and game clock. 11 seconds left here in the third quarter. Shake Milton attacking. Off the glass, layup is good with the left hand. 4.8 left, Sixers up 11, 74-63. Chris Middleton looking to draw the foul on Dwight. He was vertical, but I spoke about this earlier with Furkan Korkmaz against Pat Connaughton. Furkan pump fake drove into Pat Connaughton to draw the contact on the three. It's not a natural shooting motion, but if they're going to give it to Korkmaz, they got to give it to Chris Middleton when he does the same thing, the exact same thing to Dwight Howard. Dwight was vertical, pump fake, drove into Dwight. Dwight stayed vertical, but again, they always favor the offensive player on that move, regardless of if it's not a natural shooting motion or not. So Middleton goes to the free throw line. This is virtually automatic. He makes the first. Middleton always in the mid 90s as a free throw shooter. I mentioned his prowess as a free throw shooter. As a shooter in general, always in line for that 50, 40, 90. Shake Milton tried to get the shot at the buzzer, no good. They say that foul was of the two shot variety versus the three. So Middleton only gets two free throws. Going to the fourth, up nine. Sixers lead 74-65. This is the fewest points for the Bucks through three quarters this season. We'll be back with more. This is a Game of Day by Isaiah. I'm Ask Isaiah Rose. Thank you for tuning in to this Ask Isaiah YouTube page presentation. We'll be back for the fourth quarter of 76ers versus Bucks. So welcome back as we start this fourth quarter. Sixers lead the Bucks by 9, 74-65. Giannis Antetokounmpo picked up his scoring there in the third quarter. 9 points, 4 of 6 from the floor, 6 rebounds. That got him going, got him in a rhythm. The Bucks were able to also knock down some key three-point shots, specifically from Brook Lopez and Dante DiVincenzo. The Sixers did respond with some key shots as well on their end, but the latter part of that third, Middleton got some free throws, and Antetokounmpo did as well, and this is where we are. On the putback from the mid-range miss from Tobias Harris, Dwight Howard is there to bring that energy and finish it. Sixers up by 11. The Bucks had 31 at the half. They had 34 points in that third quarter. So their rhythm is starting to pick up. As I say that, Giannis Antetokounmpo goes downhill, able to finish with the left hand. He's responding in kind, trying to put the Bucks on his back and finish strong. Tobias gets it to Milton. Milton attacking, looking to get a shot mid-range off, can't get it to fall. And it'll go back to the Bucks. He wasn't able to hit the rim there. So disjointed offense here and there from the Sixers allowed for easy, fast break opportunities for Giannis, which allowed for him to get in the groove. One thing I'll say about Giannis, despite his flaws offensively here and there, is his effort never wanes. So if the Sixers think that this game is over, they're clearly mistaken. You see Ben Simmons back into the game guarding Giannis. He's done a great job against Giannis tonight. On the right block, trying to get a fadeaway to fall. Great defense there by Ben Simmons. The basket did not fall for Giannis. Tobias thought about a mid-range, instead attacks off the glass. The layup no good. tried to get the offensive rebound stolen by Dante DiVincenzo. What a pass to Pat Connaughton as Connaughton flashed from the right wing to the baseline, able to get that pass from Dante DiVincenzo to finish. DiVincenzo tonight, 15.7 rebounds, 3 assists, and we get a Pat Connaughton still two-hand slam, and now it's a 5-point game. 9:56 remaining in the fourth. The Sixers are losing their grip on this game. The Bucks generating that momentum necessary to force Doc Rivers to call that timeout. Bad pass from Ben Simmons, and we got a dunk from Pat Connaughton. Momentum is clearly on the Bucks side. We'll be back. Welcome back. Sixers now only lead the Bucks by 5. The Bucks have been able to get some easy baskets off bad turnovers from Philadelphia. One of them being a Ben Simmons pass, Pat Connaughton intercepted, playing the passing lane, and got a dunk that led it to a Doc Rivers timeout. Bucks trying to come back and cut the deficit to 3, but Mike Scott steals a field goal attempt potentially from Brook Lopez. Lopez tried to go straight up, but Scott ripped it away, got a straightaway 3, wasn't able to get it to fall. Pat Connaughton's 3, unable to get it to fall, but he'll be going to the rack, looking to finish a layup inside. He's fouled by Mike Scott, not trying to give up anything easy. Connaughton will be going to the free throw line for 2. And that's just the effort on the offensive glass to give the Bucks a reload. They missed the 3 horribly. Connaughton tonight, only 4 points, 9 rebounds, but that effort has allowed for them to get back into this game. And we see Drew Holiday coming in with 9 minutes remaining. He's looking to close out this game and give the Bucks a chance to win their first game of the season when trailing by 15 or more. They haven't won a game this season when trailing by 15 or more. They're 0-9 this season. The Sixers, in con, have won 18 games here at home. They're 18-3 at home. They've been able to maximize their home court advantage. They're first in the East. Can they finish strong? The Bucks tonight, 31 points in the first half, 12 of 45. In the second half, 41 points, 16 of 34, a number of those three-point shots. So the 1 of 17 we saw from the 3 in the first half from the Bucks didn't sway them from playing their game and getting key shots to fall here in the second half. Can the Sixers find offense when they need it most? 8:53 remaining, Sixers up 3. They've been in control. Can they finish? Tobias Harris shot, no good. Rebounded once again by Giannis Antetokounmpo. The Bucks can tie with the 3 or get it to 1. Antetokounmpo and 1 opportunity. That rebound, he was able to go downhill, get the spin move, and now he's looking to tie the game. Antetokounmpo working at right sideline, took the contact from Danny Green, finished strong with the right hand. The Bucks understand who they are, yet the Sixers are the one with the pressure. Yes, they're first in the East, but they're looking to prove themselves and get to where the Bucks have been. The Sixers have not made it to the finals since 2001, obviously led by Hall of Famer, first ballot Hall of Famer, Allen Iverson. But since then, the Sixers have not been able to get to the Eastern Conference Finals, let alone the finals. The Bucks have been to the Eastern Conference Finals. They have a 2-time MVP who knows who he is. The Sixers are trying to establish themselves as an NBA elite. Can they finish this game? The 3-point shot from Steph Curry in response is no good. We got a Giannis Antetokounmpo slam. What a pass behind the back from Dante DiVincenzo. And now the Bucks take their first lead since leading 4-2. The largest deficit tonight was 19. Ben Simmons kicks out inside for Dwight Howard off the glass basket, no good, rebounded by Pat Connaughton. Antetokounmpo looking for Connaughton. Connaughton looking to kick out to DiVincenzo. Bucks not in a rush. They're in control. 7:53 remaining. Antetokounmpo thinking about a 3, takes a 3. He misses. Rebounded by Ben Simmons. 78-76. Sixers have been in control all night. Can they get the blood pumping again and get this lead back? They cannot. Steph Curry misses a right wing 3. Drew Holiday with the basketball takes a screen from Lopez, gets to the middle, has it stolen by Steph Curry. Steph Curry looking to tie this game. At the basket, he is not fouled, looking to finish a layup. He slowed down to try to draw contact. He slips. They say the ball was deflected. He's on the floor gingerly grabbing at his left calf. So he slips, trying to draw the contact. It's deflected off of Drew Holiday. So it is Sixers basketball, but the Sixers are more concerned with why. Oh, okay. It's an ankle. As he slipped, he tweaked that left ankle. He's trying to walk it off as best he can. Coming into the game for Curry is Milton. Milton, mid-range jumper, good. So tie game. Milton's in the game for Seth Curry. Seth Curry's been a player who stretches the floor and comes up with big shots for the Sixers this entire season. That potential injury could be an issue down the stretch here for the Sixers. Milton responds, tying the game at 78. We have a new ball game. The Sixers were up 19 in control virtually the entire game, but this second half, the Bucks have gotten in rhythm. They've been able to knock down key three-point shots, and Antetokounmpo has found his way to find easy baskets. Can the Sixers competitively respond to what the Bucks have been doing? That remains to be seen. Over 7 minutes remaining. Game tied at 78. I'm Ask Isaiah Rhodes. This is a Game of Day by Zay, presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Live from Philadelphia. The 76ers and Bucks are tied at 78 with 7 minutes remaining. Bucks with the basketball and in control. That floater by Giannis is no good off the back rim, but offensive rebound goes to the Bucks. Dante DiVincenzo looking to attack. Left hand trying to finish over Ben Simmons. Strong rebound by Ben Simmons. Tobias Harris on the right sideline slows down back to Ben Simmons. Sixers were in control for the entire game, up by as many as 19, but the Bucks clawed back here in the second half, getting key three-point shots to fall. Shake Milton trying to give the Sixers back the lead. He misses. Rebounded by Antetokounmpo, straight downhill, looking to Euro step. Gets the pass to DiVincenzo to kick out over to Brook Lopez. Back to DiVincenzo. Three no good. Rebounded by Danny Green. Sixers dodged a bullet there. DiVincenzo was wide open on that right wing. That was all predicated off of Giannis's downhill approach, able to set up that drawn kick potential. Tobias with the basketball, 6 on the shot clock. Sixers and Bucks tied at 78. Harris is fouled on a jump shot as DiVincenzo couldn't get the closeout clean, so Tobias will look to give the Sixers a 2-point lead. Tobias last night against the Knicks, 13 points. Huge baskets down the stretch, especially in that final 3 minutes. Tonight, only 8 of 19, but he has 17 points, 9 rebounds. Can he give the Sixers the lead? First free throw is good. Sixers up 1. Second free throw for Harris is good. So Sixers back up to 5:54 remaining. This is what we call a clutch game, a game within 5 points in the fourth, 5 minutes or less. Antetokounmpo, guarded by Dwight Howard, going downhill, able to draw contact and one. Giannis Antetokounmpo. He seems unfazed by Dwight, especially on the perimeter. Able to finish that basket, looking to give the Bucks a 1-point lead. As we look at the replay, he simply backed out to the perimeter and took Dwight head on one. Able to get that finish. That speed was a clear mismatch for Dwight, who couldn't handle Antetokounmpo coming straight at him. And Dwight Howard is better suited guarding in the paint, where he could use his physicality. Antetokounmpo only with 4 points in the first half, now with 22 total, 12 rebounds. He had 3 rebounds in the first half, now with 12. So he's getting his numbers up. He's getting in that groove. A lot of that has to do with easy opportunities at the rim. He misses the free throw, and we got a lane violation. Pardon me, loose ball foul against the Bucks on that rebound. So the game is tied at 80, and Antetokounmpo couldn't complete the and one. Sixers looking to take the lead again. They go to Tobias Harris, hand off to Ben Simmons. Simmons goes to Milton. Milton trying to work the paint, probing, goes back out to the perimeter, gets it to Harris. Harris with 7 on the clock. 19 points. He just went to the free throw line for 2. He kicks out to Danny Green. Left wing 3, in and out. Tough miss. Rebounded by the Bucks. Drew Holiday. Working the top of the key, takes the screen from Antetokounmpo. Left wing guarded by Ben Simmons. They get the mismatch. Antetokounmpo guarded by Tobias Harris on the left block. Fade away, tries to get the shot, has it deflected. Fighting for the basketball is Chris Middleton, and we're gonna have, is that a jump ball or timeout? 4.2 left on the clock. Good defense there from Tobias Harris on Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo instead tries to pass it down to Middleton. So we'll have a jump ball with Middleton and Shake Milton. 4.2 left on the clock. 4:56 remaining in the fourth quarter. Tip thrown up by Scott Foster. And Milton wins the tip. So Sixers with the basketball, under 5 minutes remaining. Milton with the basketball goes to Harris. Top of the key, takes the screen from Dwight. Harris, Euro step, floater inside. Can't get it to fall. Rebounded by Antetokounmpo. Chris Middleton with the basketball, looking to take the screen from Brook Lopez. Trying to get the pick and roll, but there will be a turnover. There'll be a turnover. So initially it was called a kickball, but they say the steal was by Dwight. Possession goes to the Sixers. 4:33 remaining. There was a discrepancy between the decision, but Scott Foster overruled. Saw the steal by Dwight. Possession to the Sixers. They going through Tobias. Tobias in the paint, guarded by Connaughton. Kicks out. Milton, straightaway 3. He is fouled on the 3. No, they say it's an offensive foul. They say he kicked out his leg there. Sixers have to figure out how to get clean possessions. They're going through Tobias Harris right now. He's been someone that has come up huge for them down the stretch, but it can't just be Tobias. If you're going to run through Tobias, you have to play off him and create other options for him so he can get clean shots. Great defense by Ben Simmons on Antetokounmpo there. Antetokounmpo has to go to Pat Connaughton. Kicks out to Antetokounmpo again. Antetokounmpo cut off by Ben Simmons. He kicks it out to Drew Holiday. Holiday misses, rebounded by Dwight Howard. Great defense by Ben Simmons. Harris, guarded by Middleton in the right corner, trying to back down to the block. Kicks out to Milton. Shake Milton, straightaway 3. No good. Rebounded by Ben Simmons, saving the possession for the Sixers. Timeout called by Doc Rivers. The Sixers are getting clean shots right now. Defensively, the Bucks have buckled down. The Sixers went into the half 46-31. They only have 80 points here. So when we look at what the Bucks have done defensively, that's 34 points scored by the Sixers so far, and we're under 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter. So we'll be back. I'm Isaiah Rhodes. This is an Ask Isaiah presentation called A Game a Day by Isaiah. This is the 76ers and Bucks. Tied at 80. We'll be back with more. Okay. So we're tied at 80 between the Philadelphia 76ers and Bucks and the Milwaukee Bucks. The Sixers were in control for the majority of the game. The Bucks stormed back. Since then, the Bucks have been able to get tough shots to fall, really at the behest of what Giannis Antetokounmpo has set up. The Sixers have gone stagnant. They've played through Tobias Harris. He's gotten shots off, and Shake Milton has gotten some open three-point opportunities off of the attention that Tobias has drawn in the post, but he hasn't been able to knock him down. He misses a shot. The Sixers unable to get clean opportunities. The Bucks come back. They call timeout right now. Game tied at 80. We'll be back with more. This is a Ask Isaiah presentation of a game a day by Zay. The Sixers and Bucks tied at 80 with under 4 minutes to play. Stay tuned. All right. So we're back, and they're showing a graphic right now. The fewest games decided by 5 points or less since the start of 2019. The Bucks have 21 games decided by 5 points or less over the last 2 seasons. That goes to show you how dominant they've been in the regular season. They've completely wiped out teams, so they haven't really been in these positions, and that's why in the playoffs they haven't executed down the stretch the way many would have liked. Out of that timeout, they get a good shot for Chris Middleton. His three-point rims out. Ben Simmons with the basketball. He gets it to Tobias Harris. Dribble handoff to Furkan Korkmaz. One of the things developing is Steph Curry is out of the game. He's been a player that Doc has used, especially as a secondary ball handler, to complement Ben Simmons in these situations, and he stretches the floor with exceptional three-point prowess. He's out with a left ankle injury, and now on that possession, we get a moving screen called against Dwight Howard. The Sixers in this fourth quarter, 2 of 17 from the floor. The Bucks not much better, only 6 of 18, but they have an opportunity to take the lead. Great deflection there by Danny Green defending Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Sixers with an opportunity to take the lead. Ben Simmons probing, looking to set up, guarded by Antetokounmpo. Dribble handoff to Korkmaz, screen by Simmons. Simmons attacking at the rim, layup no good, but the putback is there for Dwight Howard. Strong finish by Dwight Howard as Ben Simmons tried to contort his body to finish, but Dwight was there. 11 points, 15 rebounds for Dwight Howard. Ben Simmons guarding Giannis Antetokounmpo, dribble handoff to Chris Middleton. Kick out to Brook Lopez, close out by Korkmaz. Open three for Dante DiVincenzo is good. 83 to 82. Dante DiVincenzo puts the Bucks up 1. Under 2 minutes remaining, DiVincenzo, 18.7 rebounds. Ben Simmons, guarded by Antetokounmpo, floater with the right hand is good. Sixers back up 1. Seesaw basketball with 150 remaining. Antetokounmpo takes the screen from Holiday, thought about a 3 from Brook Lopez. Back to dribble handoff, Chris Middleton. Kick out to Brook Lopez, straightaway 3. Good. Good. Big 3 from the Bucks to give them a 2-point lead. Anything that can create as much separation as possible, the Bucks will take it. 2-point lead. Now the Sixers have to respond. Tobias, mid-range jumper, no good. Big rebound by Dante DiVincenzo. Looking to put the Bucks up 2 possessions. 1:15 remaining with the lead, 86-84. Big basket there by Jrue Holiday. And now Doc Rivers has to call a timeout. Big basket from Dante DiVincenzo to put them up. And then the 3 from Brook Lopez. That 3 really broke the back of the Sixers there, because any type of basket that can take away the momentum, when you look at what the Bucks have done here in the second half, they completely have got the Sixers on a swivel. Their heads on a swivel. They haven't gotten any clean offense. They're finding baskets here and there, but it is a cohesive offense. So Doc Rivers has to figure out how to settle this team down with the final 1:13 remaining in the fourth quarter. We'll be back. I'm Isaiah Rhodes. This is a game a day by Zay. Bucks lead the Sixers 88-84. Stay tuned. And we're back. Bucks have completely taken control here in the second half. 57 points, 22 of 46 here in the second half from the floor. That is a stark contrast from what we saw in the first half. 12 of 45 in the first half. More turnovers than field goals made. So with 1:13 remaining, the Bucks are in position to finish out this game. This will be their first game. This will be their first win this season, trailing by 15 or more. Miscommunication between Ben Simmons and Shake Milton led to a turnover, and the Bucks with the basketball, 1 minute, 6 seconds remaining. Shake Milton and Ben Simmons, complete miscommunication there, as Milton thought Ben would go out to the perimeter. Ben thought he would throw it into the paint. That turnover by that turnover forced by Dante DiVincenzo. Bucks with the basketball, up 2 possessions, under a minute remaining. Simmons guarding Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo looks to kick out. Drew Holiday left corner three, good, and that should about do it. 7-point lead for the Bucks. 50 seconds remaining. Sixers do not know what to do offensively right now. Tobias Harris with the basketball, trying to get some points quickly and in a hurry. Shake Milton, three, good. He finally knocks down a three the Sixers needed probably 2 minutes ago. 4-point game, 91-87. Bucks in control. Chris Middleton with the basketball. Big three by Drew Holiday on the previous possession. Looks to have sealed this game. We got about a 15-second differential between shot clock and game clock. Bucks not in a rush. And what a horrible pass from Chris Middleton looking for Antetokounmpo. And a turnover forced by the Sixers. Danny Green for three. Good. So I have to eat my words right now. We got a 1-point game, 10.8 left. Two big threes by the Sixers in the last 2 possessions. Cut that 7-point lead for the Bucks down to 1. 91-90. The Bucks have to inbound and get points on the board to steal this game. What a horrible pass from Chris Middleton to set up an alley. The Antetokounmpo went off the top of the backboard. Sixers able to come down and get a three from Danny Green to cut the Bucks deficit. Pardon me, the Bucks lead from 7 to 2 quick threes, and now it's down to 1, 91-90. 10.8 left. Bucks with the basketball. Danny Green, 18 points, 6 of 12 from the floor, 6 of 11 from 3. So the Sixers right now looking to pressure, looking to make the inbound as difficult as possible before they're forced to foul. And if you are lucky enough to get it into Giannis Antetokounmpo's hands, potentially he could miss a free throw, which would give you an opportunity to either tie the game or take the lead if he misses both. But outside of Antetokounmpo, every other player on the Bucks that will potentially be on the floor with him is a great free throw shooter. So you have to try to play for the steal, but if it gets into another player's hands outside of Antetokounmpo, you got to foul quickly, play the foul game, and then play the next possession, execute, try to find a three or get a quick basket and play the foul game again. We'll see. 10.8 left. Bucks basketball. The Sixers were in control for this entire game, up by 19, up by as many as 19. The Bucks stormed back, big second half, led by Antetokounmpo. Some huge plays for Dante DiVincenzo and Chris Middleton. The Bucks went up by as many as 7 with 50 seconds remaining. But the Sixers got 2 key threes from Shake Milton and Danny Green, and here we are, 10.8 left in the fourth, 91-90. Bucks lead the Sixers. Chris Middleton will be inbounding. He gets it to Holiday. Holiday gets it back to Middleton, and Middleton will be fouled. So Middleton, a great free throw shooter, 6.4 left. Sixers had a foul to give. So again, the Sixers will have to foul. 4.4 went off the clock. So 6.4 left. Sixers have to foul very quickly. The Bucks looking at inbound, they fouled. They looked to foul Brook Lopez, no call. And the Sixers were looking for a call. They don't understand why there wasn't a call there. Doc Rivers can't believe it. So 3.0 left on the floor. 3 seconds left. Bucks up 3. So the Sixers still have a shot to tie this game. When you look at the replay, the Sixers clearly fouled Brook Lopez. There wasn't any call. Then, as Chris Middleton went to go to the basket, instead of fouling him, you go on to foul him and give up an and-one. Then you give up your chances of having any chance to win this game. So they gave up the layup. 3 seconds went off the clock. But if you look at the replay, you can see the Sixers foul Brook Lopez. So that'll be a point of contention from Doc Rivers, obviously, in the post game if this doesn't go the Sixers' way. Bucks have one more timeout. The Sixers have none. Bucks have a foul to give. So do they foul, preventing the 3-point opportunity? We will see. If they do foul, they have to be careful because there's only 3 seconds. The Sixers will be looking to get the shot up very, very quickly to give them an opportunity to get this game to overtime. So we'll see. On the floor for the Bucks, you got Giannis Antetokounmpo, Chris Middleton, Drew Holiday, Pat Connaughton, and Dante DiVincenzo. For the Sixers, you got Tobias Harris, Furkan Korkmaz, Shake Milton, who previously knocked down a three. You got Shake Milton inbounding, Danny Green, Tobias Harris, Furkan Korkmaz, and Ben Simmons. So let's see what this 3 seconds can do for the Sixers. Doc Rivers trying to salvage this game. Sixers looking to save their 6-game win streak. Korkmaz, three. Game is tied. We're going to overtime. What an opportunity for Furkan Korkmaz with the game on the line. Trying to play for the steal was Dante DiVincenzo. He missed the steal. Korkmaz able to set himself, take one dribble, took the three, knocked down the three from the left corner. 0.4 left. Game is tied. Big three for Furkan Korkmaz in the Philadelphia 76ers. So it's 0.4 left. It's still an opportunity for the Bucks to win this game, but a huge three from Furkan Korkmaz to save this game for the Sixers. When you look at that replay, you can see the inbound from Shake. Dante tried to get the steal, played the passing lane, missed the steal. Big three from Korkmaz as he was able to set himself. Straightaway three from the left corner. The three was cash. Big three for Furkan Korkmaz. Huge three. So this game is a game of runs, a game of swings. You never know what could happen. With 50 seconds left, the Bucks were up 7, 91-84. The game looked to be over, but the Sixers have outscored the Bucks 9-2 in the last 40 seconds. So, can the Sixers play defense for a second? You got to play for more than 4/10 of a second. Can they play defense for a second just to get this game back into overtime? We will see. Huge play drawn up there from Doc Rivers to set up Korkmaz to get an open three. Bad defensive breakdown there by Dante DiVincenzo. 4/10 of a second for the Bucks. Let's see what happens. Antetokounmpo, the man, obviously with the physicality, can he get a potential alley-oop opportunity to win the game? We'll see. Inbounding will be Drew Holiday on the floor. Chris Middleton guarded by Matisse Thybulle. So Holiday looking to throw the alley, and it goes off the backboard. We are going to overtime. The Sixers able to survive with a myriad of three-pointers in the final 40 seconds to get it to overtime. Big threes from Shake Milton, big threes from Danny Green, and the last three, Furkan Korkmaz, with 4/10 of a second left to knock that down. Huge defensive breakdown by Dante DiVincenzo. Left it wide open for Korkmaz to set himself with one dribble, took the three in the left corner, knocked it down. We're going to overtime, tied at 93. We'll be back. I'm Ask Isaiah Rose. This is the Ask Isaiah YouTube presentation of A Game a Day by Zay. Stay tuned. Welcome back as we get 5 minutes of free basketball live from Philadelphia. The 76ers are tied with the Bucks at 93. This is a game of runs at the highest extent. The Sixers were up by as many as 19, really in control for the majority of the game. The latter part of the third quarter going into the fourth, the Bucks make their run. They go up by as many as 7 with 50 seconds remaining. But the Sixers outscore the Bucks 9-2 in the final 40 seconds, and here we are in overtime. Giannis Antetokounmpo has come on strong in the second half, able to get to the free throw line, finish easy baskets around the rim, and he's gotten his rhythm. Right now, trying to get a basket inside, cut off by Dwight Howard and Ben Simmons. Kicks out to Brook Lopez, who knocked in key three-pointers for the Bucks in the second half. Big rebound by Ben Simmons. Simmons tried to get that rebound, but it is stolen, and he's called for a foul. He's looking for a foul on his rebound, so possession will go back to the Bucks. But when you look at what the Bucks were able to do, specifically when you look at the bad turnovers by the Sixers in the second half, and there was a period where the Sixers were very, very stagnant with some of the shots they were getting. A lot of that had to do with Ben Simmons being on the bench. But the Sixers were up by so much that Doc Rivers probably thought he could extend Ben Simmons' rest time, and some of the plays that they were getting weren't as fluid. With that said, the Bucks were able to come back, start this overtime. They get an alley-oop slam to Brook Lopez. Up by two, 4:23 remaining. The Sixers did everything they can to try to fight and keep their six-game winning streak alive. Furkan Korkmaz, the hero to save the game for the Sixers to tie it at 93, misses that mid-range jumper. They show the alley-oop replay setup from Chris Middleton, crossover dribble, going back left to set up Brook Lopez on the right side of the rim. Antetokounmpo trying to go up against Ben Simmons. The basket is no good, but they call a foul. So Antetokounmpo will go to the free throw line to get his numbers back up. He went into the first half only with 4 points, 3 rebounds. He was struggling. Only 3 of 7 from the floor. He wasn't getting shots to fall. He was turning over the basketball, getting called for offensive fouls. Tonight, here in the second half, has completely taken over. 18 points. Tonight, he has 13 rebounds. He has 9 rebounds in the, 10 rebounds in the second half. He's completely turned the game around for him and his team. He makes the first free throw. Bucks up 3. 4:04 remaining in overtime. And despite how bad he was shooting early, he's been able to get his field goal percentage up. He's 9 of 18 from the floor. Bucks coming into this game were 9-1. So he goes 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Bucks up 3. Furkan Korkmaz with the rebound. Tobias Harris with the basketball gets it to Ben Simmons. Dribble handoff by Tobias. Takes the screen from Dwight Howard. Harris kicks it to Korkmaz. 3 from the same spot, same result. Game tied at 96. Good setup there by Tobias Harris as Korkmaz was able to fade to that left corner and knock down that 3. Game tied at 96. Chris Middleton to Jrue Holiday. Back to Middleton. Tobias Harris guarded by Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo taking on the challenge, gets the finish inside. Tobias didn't want to give up the M1. Bucks up by 2, 98-96. 3:21 remaining in OT. Ben Simmons trying to set up Korkmaz again. He's fouled by Dante DiVincenzo. 3:15 remaining in the overtime. As we look at the 3 by Korkmaz, great setup there by Tobias. Caught Dante DiVincenzo ball watching. Korkmaz faded to that left corner and knocked in that 3. Then we come back. Antetokounmpo working in the post, attacking the post, no longer taking them jump shots, was able to get the mismatch with Tobias and get that finish. Simmons, dribble handoff to Korkmaz. Straightaway jumper, Dwight Howard. Basket is good. 3:06 remaining, tied at 98. I'm not sure Dwight Howard was prepared to take that shot there, but he wasn't scared. 2 mid-range jumpers for Dwight tonight. 13 points, 15 rebounds, game tied at 98. We're under 3 minutes remaining. Middleton at the top of the key, crossover dribble on Tobias Harris. Almost stolen by Ben Simmons. Guarding Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo driving with that left hand finish. Good. So Bucks up by 2, 198. Harris takes a screen from Simmons, looking to attack, trying to set up for Simmons inside. Kicks out to Danny Green, straightaway 3, no good. Ben Simmons taps it out. Korkmaz thought about a 3. Danny Green for 3, no good. Ben Simmons another rebound, saving another possession. Korkmaz left wing 3, in and out, no good. Some big shots potentially there for the Sixers. All of the 3-point variety, open threes, unable to get them to fall. Bucks up 2 with the basketball, 2 minutes remaining in overtime. Straightaway 3, Antetokounmpo, good. And that should clinch the game. I say that apprehensively. You never know. 5-point game, under 2 left. It seems like a 6-point swing should should break the back of the Sixers, but I say that knowing that the Sixers outscored the Bucks 9-2 in the final 40 seconds. So we get another mid-range jumper for Dwight Howard, not good. The Bucks in control, 125 remaining. Antetokounmpo knocked down a huge three to give the Bucks a 5-point lead right there. Antetokounmpo probing, kicks out to Brook Lopez. Lopez thought about a three, goes to Antetokounmpo. Behind the back dribble, mid-range jumper, in control, poised. Bucks up by 7. And when you look at what the Sixers have done over the final 15 minutes of this game, in terms of game time, in terms of game action, we look at the final 15 minutes, this is what people are going to gauge them by. Yes, they have an exceptional record. Yes, Joel Embiid has played exceptional to put them in position to have this exceptional record. But they still have the flaws that many believe that will prevent them from going to that next level. Whatever the flaws that they have, the Bucks have the same flaws, but they have more balance in terms of shooting around Giannis Antetokounmpo. The Sixers try to to have that for Ben Simmons, but Simmons is not as aggressive as Antetokounmpo. Despite Antetokounmpo's flaws, he will never stop being aggressive and trying to score. And because of that, the Bucks will always have a chance. Will it be effective against the elite of the elite? So far, it hasn't been for the Bucks. But the one thing the Sixers do know is that Ben Simmons' lack of shooting and lack of aggressiveness has prevented them from going to that top tier. If Simmons had Antetokounmpo's aggressiveness, then we would have a different story. Maybe the Sixers with Embiid complementing Simmons being aggressive but lack of shooting will put them in a different position. But he's not aggressive, and they're forced to go to players that at times aren't really equipped to make some of the shots that they take. We just saw Dwight Howard make a mid-range jump shot. The Bucks will take that because if he takes it again, more than likely he'll miss that shot. Shake Middleton out of the timeout, makes a layup. 5-point lead for the Bucks. We were here just a couple of minutes ago as Drew Holiday misses the layup, blocked by Ben Simmons. Shake Milton trying to go to Tobias Harris, straightaway three, no good, back rim, rebounded by Antetokounmpo, and that should about do it. 35 seconds left. Sixers are not fouling right now. You got Chris Middleton guarded by Korkmaz with the basketball, up 5. 18-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Sixers are going to play this out. Middleton, straightaway three, no good, rebounded by Ben Simmons. Simmons looking to push, down 5, 15 seconds left. At the rim, we got a basket by Simmons, 13.6 left, 105, 102. The Bucks just need to inbound. Antetokounmpo can't get the inbound in, so we'll have a timeout by the Bucks to draw up something to get it in and potentially play the foul game. The Sixers, as I mentioned, more about execution and getting fluidity offensively. A lot of that has to do with Ben Simmons, a great playmaker, a great uh, facilitator, but he's a facilitator first. He doesn't play off his ability to score to set up the opportunity for others. LeBron James is an exceptional playmaker because he plays off of the attack, which allows for him the great IQ that he has. It allows for him to get others involved. Ben is a playmaker first, but nobody plays Ben to score. And because of that, yes, if he gets downhill, he'll get great assists. He'll find ways for others to score. But if you close out on his shooters and he's still looking to pass, that's an issue. If you close out on the shooters and play him for the jump shot, what offensive game does he have that will counter what the defense is doing? These are things that he has to develop. Again, he's a young player. He's only 24. He's an exceptional facilitator and playmaker, and exceptional defensive player. That's why he's elite in this game. He is an elite player for what he's great at. But if this team is going to go to the next level, he has to find alternates to what he does to challenge the defense. Even if it's not scoring, you got to find other ways to become a threat. And the Sixers have to do a better job of complimenting him, knowing what his flaws are. Right now, they don't have true go-to scorers. As we see Antetokounmpo inbound to Middleton, 12.8 left. When I say go-to scorers, I know Tobias has come up big over the stretch of this season, and he to be complimented for that. But when I say prolific scorers, I mentioned Drew Holiday, him being very good but not great at anything. He's just good at everything. Is he prolific enough? Can he be prolific enough to to go at the likes of the Nets, right? When I look at Tobias, is he prolific enough? Is Shake Milton prolific enough? Yes. Embiid is prolific enough, but he's on the interior. Who on the perimeter would be prolific enough to complement what Ben doesn't do offensively? You get what I'm saying? So this is all questions that need to be answered. The Sixers have a great record, so they have the cushion to deal with that. 2 weeks without Embiid will test this team. Through this stretch without Embiid, this is really their only tough game. Until he can potentially come back, he will be back around the time they play the Lakers and Denver Nuggets. So let's see how the Sixers respond. This would be a tough loss considering how much they had control of the game. The 3-point shot for Ben Simmons looking to respond. He knocks it down. He always tends to knock down threes at the end of games. Sixers trail by 2. We got a foul before the end of the game. He knocks down the three with .9 left. So the refs will determine who will be going to the free throw line if they determine it was a free if it was a foul before the end of the buzzer. It was a foul, but they just have to see who the foul was on. So Danny Green fouled Dante DiVincenzo with .1 left. He really touched Dante with about .5, but it depends on when they want to give him the call. So right now it's 107-105, a great win for the Bucks. They improved to 10-1 over their last 11 games. Great play from Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Bucks, especially in the second half. Great competitive response, knowing they had a season low first half in all facets, whether it be scoring, shooting, uh, ball security in terms of turnovers, everything that you can imagine being horrible in the first half. They completely turned the game on its head in the second half with great effort. They forced a turnover by the Sixers and were able to get Antetokounmpo going. That in turn put the Bucks in position to steal this game, in which they did. This free throw by Dante DiVincenzo should seal the game because it's .1. As long as he misses, the game is over. Second free throw, he makes it. It wouldn't have mattered. Bucks come into Philadelphia and get a hard fought overtime victory, 109-105. A great performance by the Bucks in the second half. And the Sixers completely dropped the ball in the second half. The latter part of that second half, as I mentioned, they got stagnant. They couldn't find great shots. And with the likes of Steph Curry leaving the game with a sprained ankle, you lose a shooter, you lose a ball handler, and in a lot of ways, you lose another weapon that could have helped Ben Simmons when he wasn't trying to score. Final score 109-105 to give you the leading scorers of the game. Antetokounmpo, who went into the second half with only 4 points and 3 rebounds, ended the game with 32 points, 15 rebounds, 5 assists. Drew Holiday had 19 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists. Chris Middleton, 15 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. Brook Lopez, 14 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists. Dante DiVincenzo comes up huge here in the second half, 20 points for the Bucks, including some big offensive rebounds. When the Sixers thought to have got to stop, Dante saved possession, reloads, opened up better shots for the likes of Brook Lopez, Chris Middleton, and others. For the Sixers, Ben Simmons, 13 points, 10 rebounds, 12 assists. Tobias Harris, 19 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists. Harris tonight only 8 of 23 from the floor. Ben Simmons, 6 of 16 from the floor. Danny Green had a good game, 18 points, hit 6 3-pointers tonight, 6 of 14 from three. I mentioned Steph Curry leaving the game with the sprained left ankle. 10 points tonight. They could have used his shooting down the stretch, especially as a secondary ball handler to Ben Simmons. Dwight Howard, great energy tonight off the bench, 13 points, 15 rebounds. Shake Milton, 15 points. Furkan Korkmaz, huge three at the end of the fourth to tie this game and send it to overtime at 93. Big minutes tonight, 11 points, two big 3-pointers down the stretch, 3 of 6 from the floor, 3 of 4 from three. But again, the Sixers just weren't able to get cohesive offense down the stretch. The Bucks took advantage of that, and they will leave Philadelphia with the victory, 109-105. I'm Ask Isaiah Rhodes. This is a game a day, a presentation by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. I'll be back with another game tomorrow, giving you commentary, giving you play by play, giving you the breakdown as it happens in real time. Thank you for watching. We'll be back with more.